Hello everyone, Jordan here. So, I'm making a video about an anime about being into media. Seems a bit on the nose. Oh well, My Dress Up Darling is an anime about a Hina doll craftsman, Wakuna Gojo, who learns to become a cosplay maker. The series started off as a manga series in January 2018 under Square Enix's Young Gongan Comics magazine, and was written by Shinichi Fukuda. The series was later adapted into an anime in 2022 by Studio Cloverworks, who have worked on some pretty notable anime like Spy X Family or Boji the Rock. We start the series with Gojo alone with his grandfather living in his doll crafting business, and we see that he goes to high school with no friends, as we first see that in his past he was shunned for liking dolls, as they were seen as socially unacceptable for boys to like, and as such he doesn't even try to connect with other people, until he befriends one of his classmates, Marin Kitagawa, who catches him with one of his dolls. Gojo is first trapped in a state of anxiety, thinking that Kitagawa would mock and shame him for his passion for doll making, but Kitagawa doesn't see anything wrong with his passion and instead praises him for his craftsmanship, and then asks if he could start making full human-sized cosplays for her, much to his surprise. Gojo's a character who, while being another social outcast protagonist with a heart of gold, does have a character that speaks to me as a person who does get a lot of anxiety for being into something that people would think you're weird for. Kitagawa is the heart of the show. She's a girl who doesn't show that much shame in what she does, acting mostly carefree and trollish, not caring for her own modesty or what other people think. And she's also a complete nerd in what she likes, and she's not afraid to show it. We even see at the beginning of the series that she will call someone out for shaming another person for liking their interests. Later, we meet Sajuna Inui, otherwise known as Juju, your token tsundere. She's a popular magical girl cosplayer who got jealous at Kitagawa's Shizuku-tan cosplay. I did actually hate her at first for the cliche girl acting hostile towards a boy for an accident, with the added layer of blackmailing him to call the cops, along with mentioning that she stalked him to his home just so she could meet him. While I understand that Gojo shouldn't have came in unannounced, it is completely hypocritical of Juju to call the cops on him, so if there's a worse way for a character to be introduced in the series, I'd love to hear it. But she did get better, where we do learn about her childhood, where she wanted to be a magical girl as a kid, but when she found out that it was all complete fiction, she found that cosplay was her only cope, and we later do see her having a bond with her younger sister Shinju. Shinju starts off as a shy but kind girl who works as Juju's photographer for her own cosplays. While not wanting to cosplay because of how she never thought she was good enough, later she actually attempts to try out a cosplay of a male character Soma since he reminds her of Juju's caring nature sometimes. But when it fails, she and Gojo work hard on their cosplay research to find the materials to make her cosplay come to life, which in turn makes Kitagawa and Juju very proud of her. What I love about My Dress Up Darling is how relatable the characters are to the positive side of fandom, and to why people cosplay in the first place. We learn about why Kitagawa loves an eroge slippery girls beyond being just porn. We learn why Juju is so attached to magical girls, and it really speaks to me about how the anime conveys why people are so connected to media and what it means to them. I also found the anime very informative into how cosplayers are able to craft their costumes as someone who isn't really into cosplay. Learning what I-tape and B-rap are and how they affect the overall appearance of a character really stood out to me. Even someone as outsidery as Gojo was able to learn something about these characters through experiencing what media they're from, which in turn really helped make a difference to him. The animation, while nothing too crazy, does know when to use its colors best, as the anime helps emphasize different color themes and makeup that the cosplays have to show how much detail went into them, in some cases making the cosplays look like they're from a completely different anime, along with showing those media to help convey who those original characters are in their own worlds. The comedy though is a bit hit or miss depending on who you are. This is technically an Ecchi and a romantic comedy where they do use a lot of fan service for a lot of scenes and jokes. While I don't have a problem with it, I could understand if it could make you uncomfortable. And finally, the themes of self-worth and confidence. As stated earlier, Gojo's main passion was doll making, but was never really pushed upon just making the standard Hina doll. But when Kitagawa gives him a real challenge to make professional looking cosplays, he has this great sense of self-doubt that he could never truly meet as great of a standard that he puts upon himself. We see him working overnight just so he can meet his deadlines, spending tons of yen to get the materials he needs, and spending a lot of time in his life studying and noting the appearances of these characters. The stress of the whole situation is something that I could see many artists, creators, or really just any hobbyist relating to. But the anime acknowledges that simply leaving your comfort zone and putting something out there that at the very least you and a few other people could be proud of goes a long way. As we see Kitagawa jumping in joy for Gojo's cosplays, along with the attention that Kitagawa gets for Gojo's work, it shows that even if you don't see it, Your work is recognized. Overall, My Jessup Darling, while lighthearted and full of feel-good moments, has a lot of meaningful characters and themes about self-worth and passion, which helps it stand out among many rom-com anime, as I could find many people with passionate goals who could relate to this anime. And I eagerly await season 2 this year, as that excitement is totally not what made me want to make this video. Not at all. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, like, subscribe, bell, and be sure to check out my Patreon in the description. Any form of support is appreciated. Thanks again!